Look at this vault door spinning in the dark. Now imagine asking a bank manager to balance your checking account while this vault door stays perfectly locked and they can never actually see the numbers inside. That sounds impossible, but a project called Zama is doing exactly that. In May of 2026, they bought a platform called Tokenomics, dropping a system that has safely handled over $2 billion in token payouts right into their locked-down network. This diagram shows how they pull it off. 2 locked boxes go into the machine, and a 3rd locked box comes out. The data is processed, but nothing ever opens. No one ever sees the raw information. In cryptography, this mathematical magic trick is called Fully Homomorphic Encryption. It lets computers do the math blindfolded, making Zama a critical piece of privacy infrastructure. See this transparent ledger? That's Ethereum normally, but watch this dark layer slide across. This privacy shield rests right on top of standard blocks. Just like the early internet's security padlock, Zama built that exact same padlock for blockchains. And the team building the lock is serious. We're talking about 96 people spread across 26 countries, and roughly 40% of them hold PhDs. This deep academic background helps transition crypto from a public experimental ledger into a secure vault capable of handling highly sensitive real-world data. While the science is impressive, the project's longevity depends on who is actually funding it. This glowing network is supported by 3 massive pillars. Those represent the founders of Solana, Polkadot, and Filecoin. These are architects who built billion-dollar networks themselves, and they are personally backing Zama. We are also seeing immediate practical use. Zama recently became the default privacy layer for the T-Rex network, tracking real-world physical assets. Look at this scale comparison to understand why that matters. The T-Rex ledger is backed by Bepex Group, managing $3.5 trillion in traditional assets. The $78 million funnel is Zama's current size, feeding right into that massive ocean. Traditional finance institutions require privacy to move these volumes of capital, and their adoption suggests they see it as a viable solution for executing massive trades today. Let's look at the math that drives the token itself. Right now, Zama's total market value sits around $78 million, putting it near the 289th spot globally. This circle represents all the tokens that will ever exist. Notice how only 2 of 11 segments are lit up. Out of an 11 billion supply, just 20% are actually circulating. The team permanently destroyed roughly 29 million unsold tokens to keep supply tight. And it doesn't stop there. Every time someone uses the network, a tiny fraction of tokens is burned away. This creates a direct link between usage and scarcity. If massive banks use the network more tokens burn, mathematically shrinking the available supply. At the end of May 2026, the token was trading around 3.5 cents, with about $46 million changing hands every day. Look at this chart. The price line keeps bumping its head against that thick ceiling right at 5 cents. That was the original public auction price, making it a heavy mental hurdle for traders to push past. The optimistic view relies on a shrinking token supply meeting a wave of institutional firms that need privacy to function. But here is the major risk. Remember those chained segments from earlier? Eventually, that massive block of 80% of the supply will unlock and drop onto the market, potentially pushing the price down. There is also a technical hurdle. The roadmap promises to expand this complex privacy math to the Solana network by late 2026. Adapting this intricate system to a completely different architecture could easily cause delays. Anyone looking at this has to balance the potential of a massive privacy network against the very real threats of supply dumps and delayed timelines. These glowing beams being lowered into the bedrock represent years of high-level academic research. Zama is positioning itself as a permanent utility for the blockchain world, backed by some of the most established names in the industry. Large institutions like Apex Group require this level of security to move their trillions onto the blockchain. If Zama's technology becomes their preferred standard, it will function as a vital gateway for that institutional capital. As always, this is an exploration of the technology, not financial advice. Do your own research before stepping into the market. Drop a comment below. Do you think encrypted processing is the future? Leave a like and subscribe for more deep dives.